Hello, this is Jenna Roberts with Present Path Tarot, and today we're going to look at Tarot of the Holy Light, which is by Christine Payne-Towler and Michael Dowers. Now, Christine Payne-Towler is known among the tarot geeks as being a scholar, and this deck is not Rider-Waite-Smith based. In fact, if you know the Rider-Waite-Smith readings, it's kind of mentioned that you should really learn the more traditional Marseille deck meanings. Continental decks are from the European tradition before Rider-Waite-Smith and Crowley stepped in with the Golden Dawn. So these decks are not based in the same traditions as the Golden Dawn. And what she did with this deck is each of these images has been digitally collaged. So what's amazing about that is that I can barely see the digital collaging on it. It looks so seamless. And she based this deeply in alchemical roots, astrological roots, and gematria roots, which is based in sort of Kabbalism. So some cards have kind of a pip look, and some of them have some amazing details, some really incredible details in them. So it's an interesting mix of very classic imagery, and yeah, numerology is involved in this, and Atelia and Pappas, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right, those traditions which go really deep back. So these images are from the 16th century, and they were morphed together digitally, but are all originally antique, end of the Renaissance graphic design, I guess you can say. And the meanings of the cards are based far more in a very esoteric field. So, really fun Ten of Wands. I love those little creatures there. The demons of your overburdenedness. And I'll admit, so here's the symbols. They seem to me to be astrological symbols there. And I will admit, like, I love tarot, and I love learning about hermetic, alchemical traditions, Kabbalism, but I am no expert in these fields, and so for me, this deck is going to up-level my game. Also, she even has in the bottom here, this is Aries from 21 to 30 degrees, ruled by, I'm embarrassed to say, I don't know, but okay, this one's 11 to 20 degrees Aries, ruled by the sun. So each card has its own unique astrological placement. So if you're an astrological person, this would be an amazing deck to really get a sense of your own knowing. The other thing is, so for instance, this is the King of Discs is the Taurus, the Queen of Discs is Capricorn, the Knight of Discs is Virgo, so we've covered the three signs, and then the Page of Discs in each category represents the season that she would associate with that element, which for me, Earth is more of a harvest, and so it's interesting to me that she chose winter for that. Oof, but look at that Ten of Discs, pure Kabbalism right there, the Tree of Life, so vibrant and colorful. She did a fantastic job bringing such brilliance to the colors in the printouts of these traditional images that I'm sure were more musty-dusty originally. And so there's a very Pip-like card with the Six of Discs. Cool sacred geometry happening there, though. This is definitely something for you to geek out with. I mean, that's a full natal chart image right there. And there's some Egyptian, looks like Thoth potentially, looks like an ibis to me. A scarab. And then the Tudor rose. So amazing rich images happening with so many symbols. Which one are you going to grab onto? And then I'm seeing up here, there's a moon happening right there with some sort of creepy face in it. This is not the traditional Four of Discs meaning, I can already see from the image. And so this is something that, as one writer I read a review of said, beautiful moon phase, they said, you know, this is a deck that is not for beginners, but makes anyone who picks it up need to go back to the beginning to learn the meanings all over again. Love that King of Cups, though, swimming. Oh, yes, to the Queen of Cups. Nice fertility. Got that double mermaid tail. Gorgeous. Loving that. And so all the cups seem to have this moon thing happening with these faces in it. Even if in smaller design. And I mean, there's so much happening here that when I read, I find that my eyes will trail into certain details that are being presented. And it's clear to me that this deck is an amazing opportunity. Oh, I love the Seven of Cups with the water creatures. This deck seems to me to be an incredible opportunity to let your eyes wander, drop into a symbol, and then spend a week thinking about that symbol. I mean, it's rich. And so this is from a Continental pre-writer Waite-Smithe Concepts of the Meanings of the Cards. And there is a book that goes with it that you can order separately. Oh, and we're in the Major Arcana now. So we have the Fool, which relates to chakra systems, I feel, in there with the ajna at the top. And I like that his dog does not look quite as friendly as the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith dog, a little bit more of a protective beast. The Magician is the Magus, which is the traditional word. The High Priestess also has some nice breast milk star action going on there. And the cardstock on these feels pretty good, by the way. It seems thin, but not flimsy. So this Empress, I mean, whew, that's a lot of nipples. And a girdle of horses. I think that people who are really geeky for alchemical work would get very into this. People who are into Kabbalism. Oh, love that Lovers card. Getting to know each other and having a Tinder date. You know, all of the ways of love. Also, this was related something to someone named Kirscher. So in the comments, I'm going to put one of her scholarly pieces that talks about traditional tarot. And in it, she talks about a man named Kirscher, Kircher, who was an artist who transformed the tarot, according to her. Love that Wheel of Fortune. That's amazing. Just having this snake eating its tail, Ouroboros, but it's like a dragon. And in the infinity symbol, still having the four symbols around it representing the various elements, kind of like the World card in Rider-Waite-Smith. So Strength is 11 here, and just going back a bit, Justice is 8. And so that's what the decks were before Rider-Waite-Smith, in particular A.E. Waite, moved those two around. And I thought he did it for astrological reasons. You can write in the comments what you know about why he moved those two around, but from what I understand, it was to put Libra at 11 and Leo at 7, or sorry, at 8 to that's a great death card. Oh, I love it. She's like dragging the dead body. Fantastic. Good and dark. He moved the Justice and the Strength card to align them with their astrological normalities, because Leos and Lions and Balance and Libra. but this brings it back to the original meaning. And so here it's not even called the Tower, it's called the Tower of Destruction. You can go so deep with Tarot, and I love that we have the caduceus there, I think it's called. And that's interesting, the dogs are more fighting than in traditional. You can go so deep with Tarot, and this to me, I got this deck to up level in some ways, and take it into a deeper, older level, and go with a more traditional, classic images that are still modern because they've been digitally put together. So here's your little paper that you can get with it. That's the back of the cards. And this is the book that you can get as an addendum to learn the meanings, and honestly, good chance that I'm going to invest in that. The cardstock is nice, not too slippy, has a nice friction to it, by the way, and, you know, has a firmness to it that's respectable. So yeah, Tarot of the Holy Light. I probably am going to invest in this book because clearly it will up-level my game to understand these meanings from a different perspective. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel. I give lessons in the Tarot as well as meditations and humorous perspectives and film interpretation through the Tarot. I love doing all kinds of things, so I hope you subscribe to my page and join me on the Tarot journey. Thanks for joining today.